iPhone 5S iOS 10.2 versus iPhone 5S iOS 10.3 Beta 6 coming up right now. Let's go. So what is up, guys? This is Nick here from Everything Tech, help you to master your technology, and welcome to the Apple iPhone 5S on iOS 10.2, the latest official version, versus iOS 10.3 Beta 6. So we're really getting close to the official release of iOS 10.3, and we will be covering it on iPhones here on the channel, the 5S, the 6, the 6S, as well as the iPhone 7 Plus. So I did a Beta 6 review yesterday on the 5S. You can go ahead and check that video out. I will leave that down below in the description area, as well in the comment section and in a card, so you got plenty of ways to get to that video if you haven't seen it already. And let's go ahead and boot these guys up at the same time in 3, 2, and let's go. So remember, 10.2.1 is on the left, 10.3 Beta 6 is on the right. Now, the reason I'm making this video is for those of you who want to try out the beta, you want to see, is there any improvement so far with the beta in terms of performance, in terms of speed? I can tell you right now, the performance feels a little bit snappier on Beta 6 in my experience, but that's just my experience. Your experience might differ. Let me know if you're having a different experience with the beta version of iOS 10.3 on your iPhone 5S. So we're still waiting on the boot up. And what does 10.3 bring? So you can see Beta 6 boots up quicker here. 10.3 brings quite a few new features to these iPhones. It brings the APFS, which is Apple's new file system, which should make things much snappier. And you can see the iPhone 5S on 10.2.1 way slower to boot up here, and both are not on low battery power mode. This one is a 64 gig, so more storage. That you would think it's faster because it's got more storage, but no, 16 gigabyte one here. So I do have the same applications lined up, and as always on the channel, we're going to do a quick simple speed test just to see if there's any difference in terms of the performance going from 10.2.1 over here to 10.3 Beta 6. Like I say, some people might not want to download this, some people are already on it, and let us know if you're already on it here. Let's close everything out as we've shown right there. As a matter of fact, I want to go ahead and confirm that I am running 10.3 here on this 5S, just so you guys know I'm not lying to you. 10.3 there on that 5S. Let's go into settings here. Scroll down, general, software update. You should see iOS 10.2.1. So let's do this app test real quick. Let me close out the settings there, and let's go with the calendar. So I missed it on the first tab. Come on, Nicky boy. Let's go into calendar. You see, that was about the same coming home here. Looked like the iPhone 5S on 10.3 went back home first. Let's go into calculator, about the same. You can see slightly quicker back home, very, very slight though. Let's go into camera. 10.3 and then 10.2.1 coming home here. Let's go into clock. About the same. Let's come home here. Let's go into YouTube on both devices. So 10.2.1 wins that test coming home here. Let's go into settings. And you can see that looked about the same coming home here. Let's go into weather. So maybe there's not that much of an improvement at all here. So the 5S on 10.2 takes that one. Let's go into Safari, and let's go ahead and just go to apple.com here on both devices. Apple.com for 10.2.1. Let's go to apple.com 10.3 Beta 6. Let's go. And you could see that the 5S and 10.2 loaded that faster. So this is a little shocking to see that 10.2.1 is speeding ahead of 10.3 here. Maybe that's because it's a beta version, who knows? So you can see iPhone 10.3 Beta 6 faster on that third-party application. Let's come home. Let's go into Amazon. Looks like 10.3 is gonna take this one, Beta 6. Yep, 10.3 Beta 6 takes that one. Let's come home here, let's go. So let's go into voice memos. And you can see about the same. Let's come home here. Let's go into Twitter on both devices. And you could see iPhone 5S, iOS 10.3 Beta 6. So you can see that the third-party applications were opening pretty much quicker on 10.3 Beta 6 on a lot of these tests. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Now let's check the general UI real quick just to see if there's any hangs. And you can see right there, I do got quite a few notifications here, so that might be why that one hung over there. Let's do that again. About the same there. about the same. So if you were worrying about going to the beta, don't sweat it at all. You're gonna get pretty much decent performance. You've seen that iOS 10.2.1 just hung right there on the control center, and it did not hang there on the 10.3 beta 6. So definitely some bug improvements here in this new software. Let's see if it happens again. Let's try that one more time. Doesn't happen. Let's go over here to the left. Nothing right there. Let's come over here to the right. Pretty smooth all around the board there. Like I say, we did that one already. Let's go ahead and lock the screens. And see, you could see both do pretty solid there, going into the software at about the same time. So yeah, that pretty much is iOS 10.3 beta 6. It looks pretty solid, looks pretty stable so far. Let's do some multitasking, see if there's any reloads. See if there's any difference. So there's not really any difference here in terms of speed. Speed is pretty much identical. I thought it was a little bit snappier based on my first install, but now it's looking to be pretty similar to iOS 10.2.1 in terms of speed. Let's go over here. Let's go into Amazon. Slightly faster maybe than 10.2.1, but only very slightly. But hey, any improvement is an improvement nonetheless. So we'll take what we can get in terms of improvements here for iPhone 5S. So that pretty much, I'm gonna wrap it up here. We don't need to talk much more. You had a real world look here now at 10.3 beta 6 on the iPhone 5S versus 10.2.1 on the iPhone 5S. You guys asked the question, hey Nick, should I install 10.3 beta 6? You know, we're so close to the official release and it's not that much of a difference. I'd say just hold off unless you got the time like that and you just want to go ahead and install it just because you want to test the latest software here. You're going to get a few new features like the Find My AirPods feature here. But how many of you have AirPods? I don't know. If you got AirPods, that might be useful. You do get the widget for podcasting here on the iPhone 5S 10.3 beta, the podcast widget there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. A couple other things here in 10.3, the file system being the biggest, but in terms of just everyday use, we're not seeing a huge difference here. So that's pretty much it. iPhone 5S, iOS 10.2.1 versus iPhone 5S, iOS 10.3 beta 6. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, drop them down below in the comments section of this video. I'll try to get back to those as quick as possible. This was Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Like the video if you enjoyed it. I will catch you all in the next one, and peace.